Side. What up, though? We out here, we back. Alright, so last we left off, Gohan died a terrible death. Let's see what's going on with Mom.
What's that? Forgot what I need. Find me this. Try to remember that, okay?
Okay, Mom, okay. I forgot already.
I think Chi-Chi or the Ox King should know where you can look. Try asking them, okay?
R&D.
Isn't it about time you had your own hover car?
Huh?
I know it's easier and a lot faster to just fly. But what about when you've got a lot to carry, or you're just looking to clear your mind?
That's a good point, yeah.
If you bring me the necessary materials, I can build one for you. That'll clear my mind.
Okay, sure. I'll see what I can find.
R&D. Okay, so you really need everything. Wow. It's like a new game. Interesting.
Just find me the materials and I'll do whatever you want.
Why does he sound constipated? Because he is. Because I am. Just like Vegeta sounded constipated. Because I have hemorrhoids. Wait, no. They both have hemorrhoids at birth.
What's that? Forgot. I think
Why does she keep giving me
Chi-Chi
that?
or the
Is that a
Ox King
glitch?
should know where you can look.
Is
Try
that a
asking them.
glitch? Is
Okay.
that a glitch?
I ended up repairing the training room Vegeta used to use. Now you'll be able to get some training done on your own.
My dad?
Really? You mean the room Father used to use?
Yep. The room generates a virtual opponent for you to fight. Pretty cool, huh? Vegeta fought Goku the most, so his data's in there. But I've also got Vegeta's and Gohan's programmed into the room too.
Father and Gohan? That's incredible!
Right? It might not be quite like fighting the real people, but it'll at least give you a challenging opponent to hone your skills.
Sounds great. I'd love to try it out.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Vegeta, 18. Ginyu. Frieza. Vegeta. Again. We're fighting the ghosts of Christmas past. Wait. Actually, might be too strong. They're actually pretty tough. Might be too tough. Bro! They're too tough. They're too tough. Mom, help me. Oh, God. All right. Yeah, you really have to level up again. And my B button doesn't work on this controller. Should I just throw out this controller or what? Like, what do you do with the busted PS4 controller that works sometimes, though? Can't just throw the whole thing out, can you? What's the mission? Go to Goku's house again?
There are drones flying around here. If I'm not careful, I could accidentally set off their alarms.
If we can't just run away, then we're history. Who's that? Who are you? Okay. The history of Trunks?
That might be more than I can handle.
Trunks can't handle nothing, huh? I love this game. I don't know why. There's just something about it. There's something about it. Okay. I'm so weak, though. I guess we have to continue the mission. Main missions will give us XP. Oh, Cell looks cool there, the silhouette. It all looks cool. The art style is really good here. Alright. Seeing if he has anything to say.
Yeah. Hello? It's me. Trunks.
Hey, it's me, Goku.
Hold on just a sec.
Hey, it's me, Goku.
Well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? What brings you here?
Sorry it's been so long. My mother needs my help with something. Do you have a minute?
Sure. We weren't really doing anything right now anyway. Isn't that right,
Whoa!
Dad?
Yeah.
Dang. Oh, wait, no. It's
The
Dad.
androids never show up here, so we've got it pretty good. At least, not as bad as people in the cities.
Oh, okay. I wanted to see if you guys were doing okay or if you needed anything.
No, we're okay. Glad to hear you were thinking about us, though. What about you? You and Bulma all right?
Yeah, my mother's actually working on something. Oh, that's right. She asked me to come here and help find something she needs. I'm looking for this. Do you know where I can find it in this area?
Trunks tells Chi-Chi and the Ox King what materials he's looking for. You want to play this? Well, is it on sale? Let's see. No! But one day it will be, I'm sure. There's a lot of content in it, for sure. If you like the show, if you want to play the show.
I have no idea. What about you, Dad?
How would they know?
Well, let's see.
How would they know?
Oh, there is a place somewhere on this mountain. But the thing is, it's,
Is there something I should know about it?
yeah, some weird machines are wandering around the area. Nasty little thingamabobs. They'll attack if you get too close. I think they're old Red Ribbon Army robots.
Saw through the Freeze Saga, then stopped. That's when my brother stopped watching as well.
Oh, yeah. Chi-Chi, you were attacked by some robots before. Maybe they're the same type. If we don't do something about them, they might make their way here and attack you again. I'll take them out while I look for what I need.
Oh, that'd be a huge help. Thank you.
Oh, no, you don't.
Gigi?
I can't send you off somewhere where you could potentially get hurt. If something were to happen to you, I wouldn't hear the end of it from Bulma. She'd blame me, no doubt.
She had a crop top on over a dress. Actually, speaking of, let me wear my crop top over my shirt. Yes, this was planned. All right. Let's continue on. BRB Warzone. Bruh. All right. Fair enough. If something were to happen to you, yeah, I like this. This game really. This is adding on to the movie, like lore that was never there, but it's like it's filling it in. Filler in this case is really good. I always like filler, kind of. It's just more Dragon Ball. You can always skip it if you don't like the filler, but it's just more.
Gigi.
It's more.
It's okay. I can handle robots like that, no problem. After all, Gohan was the one who trained me.
I'm dumb. You guys weren't even. Did you guys? You guys? Okay, that was just for a little bit. Till I put the shirt on. All right, good. I thought it was like for the whole time. Like in movies, for instance. Like in the beginning of the movie, it shows what their life is like before like all the drama starts. Like I just want to watch the movie where that's their life in the beginning before all the stuff happens. Like I think that's pretty cool. That filler stuff. All right.
Besides, I'll be careful. You don't need to worry about me, I promise. Once I'm done there, I'll head right back.
Okay, fine. If you're going to give me that look, I guess I can't stop you. But if you find yourself in trouble, you get out of there. Got it?
Right. Come straight back here if you need to.
Aw,
Of course. Okay, then I'm off.
the surrogate father.
I suppose Gohan did train him after all. He even sounds just as confident as Gohan.
He changed a little bit. In the movie,
I should take care of those Red Ribbon Army robots before I look for the materials.
he was still a little,
The Red Ribbon
Scared.
Army sure
No,
did
he-
leave behind some real nasty machines.
he was cool. Yeah, they did. They did. I love this. The free roam. That game is pretty sick. Where do you go after that? I don't like bacon that much. True. Well, there's never enough bacon. It's like, we're out of bacon. Like, just make a bunch of bacon, man. When is there ever enough of bacon? Make a lot. Like paper towels. Just buy a bunch of paper towels. Like toilet paper. Just buy a room full of toilet paper. Why would you not buy a room full of toilet paper? I don't know what I'm saying. Have you fried bacon? Is bacon a real thing? What if you fry ham? Does it turn out like bacon? What's up, Far? Far? If I didn't say hi already.
That might be more than I can handle.
I hope your stream's going well. Today I was in GameStop. I saw a Spawn, Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn figure. That was pretty cool.
That might be more than I can handle.
Ah!
Take this! Go!
Gotta get the drones. Oh, he has a sword now, yeah.
This is it! This is it!
Fried ham is just fried ham. Okay. 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 What is it? Like a different part of the pig? It's a specific part of the pig that makes bacon bacon.
I can still fight!
Oh, these guys are kind of tough, huh?
This is it!
Well, Trunks is alone. Usually you have a team.
This is it!
You have a team of two other guys here.
Take this! Go!
He lived a hard life.
Take this! Go!
Let's do that.
It's over!
Are meatballs just bald, cheap hamburgers?
What? Take this! Go!
There's another drone? Stop doing that. He has shield on him. I never seen that before. You guys are tough. What is that? It's no use. What? An ally?
Take this! Go!
I have to take that guy out, man. But how am I supposed to do that? This guy's actually tough.
What?
How are you tough? No way.
This is it. It's over.
He can turn Super Saiyan, right? Where's the Super Saiyan power?
Oh no.
I don't have to equip it. I think. The B button.
This is it. Take this, Masenko.
Die.
It's over.
Is it over? It's not over though. It's not over.
Masenko.
Woo. It's just not safe here anymore. He's right. He's got a point there. D metal. I'm loving this weather. Whew, this ought to be good. Time for a break. How's it going? Not used to seeing people around these parts. Here, have some of this. It'll give you a boost whenever you're beat. Energy supplement Fancy Bee.
Hey, hey!
All right, time to get back to work. Hey. My veggies have grown. Oh, hello. The androids haven't attacked the place, so I thought I'd do some I'd get some farming done. This is the perfect chance to try some of our homegrown vegetables and revitalize yourself. High quality onion. They're good, right? I'm mighty proud of them. My veggies have grown nice and big. So many things. D-metals, items. Trunks is all alone. Dude, this is so depressing. Seeing Trunks like that. When you go to his character, oh no, he's still wearing the same jacket. All his friends are dead. All his buddies, his battle buddies. We got plenty of spheres now, whatever that is. The orbs, Z orbs. We're rolling in them. Rolling in them. Super Saiyan 2. Level 2. Super Saiyan level 3. Nice. Super attack palette. What do we got? Burning attack. Shining sword attack. 2-star. Heavy blow. Transformation. Burning attack. Body impact. That's fine for now. All right. I'd better head back. Who are you? Let me check out this guy over here. Towns everywhere are in bad shape. That's a girl.
Good day.
Hello, feels like forever since I've met anyone. There's someone right behind you. Woman's Woman always on vacation. That's her name. I've been traveling the world recently, but I'm getting the feeling I should make my way back home. Though it does not seem safer here. No matter where I go, all I see is the awful destruction at the hands of the androids. I'm not going to need this anymore, so here, you can have it. A ripe mango. 3 of them. I sure hope everyone's okay. The world's in disarray. Here's my mangoes. I'm not going to need them anymore. No matter where you go, it's nothing but people freaking out over the androids. What if, instead of freaking out, we tried to reach an agreement with the androids? That'd lead to peace for sure. Alright, you go try that. Interesting character designs. Awesome. You gotta try it.
I think we can catch fish here.
Okay. Trunks is schizophrenic. But we still love him. We can go here. Let's go to the city. Is that city destroyed too?
That might be more than I can handle.
They are tough. Try to avoid them. Anyone here? Robots
That
coming.
might be more
Oh
than I
god,
can handle.
no! That was scary. I think he glitched, like right when I dashed away. He was starting to trigger the attack mode. And just like, he divided by 0, I think, and just disappeared.
Yo!
Just look at this carnage. A once bustling town reduced to nothing but rubble. Town-gazing man. As long as the androids are around, the view from other parts of the world is probably the same. This sucks.
Yo!
D-metal. Too bad you can't scan when you're flying fast. Yeah, this city's broken too.
If the androids hadn't shown up, this place would have more people.
Perhaps I'll follow this recipe on my next dish. At least there's one cook left in the city. Oh, hey, are you here to do some shopping as well? I want to feed my husband my very best dishes, so I come here often to find the freshest ingredients. I've spent years honing my cooking skills. I'm confident I could best anyone, pro or not, in a cook-off. Oh, you want to try some of my dishes? Well, I'm sorry, but I only cook for my husband. Oh yes, how about this? I'll give you one of my secret recipes, just this once, because you have a nice face. Try and find some sweet girl who'll make it for you. What? Are you saying I can't make it? Special meat course meal. Well, then I'd better head home. I have a lot of cooking to do. Bruh. What the hell is the military doing? How could they just let the androids do this? I don't care who, but someone with at least some will to fight needs to stop those monsters. Don't you know about Gohan? He died. He had no idea that Gohan fought for him and everybody for years.
You looking for something?
Hey, what up, dude? Didn't I buy stuff earlier? I'm just gonna buy my way. Oh, that's a lot of money, though. That's a lot of money. A little bit of everything.
Thanks a bunch.
Feel free to browse.
Don't want to be at 0 for anything. Select chicken.
Go back real soon.
Welcome.
Make a dish. That's alright.
Thank you.
Actually, no. Actually, yeah.
Welcome.
I think these do matter. I need the skill. I need the XP rate. The XP boost. Food. This HP, key defense. Orbs in battle. Orbs. That's pretty good. Critical hit rate. I don't need that. More HP.
Thank you.
What?
Welcome.
I need ripe peach. Superb peach.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, the information guy, where's that guy? I'll go here first. I'm tired of living like this. It's a girl. I'm tired of living like this. Oh, that's all she says. All right. The whole right side of the controller is busted. Information guy, where are you?
Hello there.
You can get the latest info on all your travel destinations here. Hunting spots. Fruit tree locations. Oh, dang.
See you later. Hello there. See you later.
It's free real estate. The androids broke these chairs. Look at this. They broke this table. Specifically this table. Or it could have been from rioters. These guys can at least pick up the chairs. I mean, that's not that hard to do. That's not that hard to do. Fancy ring. Didn't I do this already? Wait. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Now, alright, we have plenty of money now. We're good. We're rich again. We had some Bitcoin.
Hello there. See you later.
Head toward the mountain. Take on the Red Ribbon Army. Oh, who's this guy over here? There's a lot of people down here. Huh. Yeah, it's completely sealed off. Nothing out of the ordinary. I don't have any ingredients for this recipe. What lovely weather. Let's head down. There's no way in now.
Yo.
Hey, you look pretty strong. There's a cave up ahead, but there's a boulder blocking the way in. I bet you could break that boulder, huh?
Yo.
There it is. The rock has a high power level. You must be level 48. Damn. I did not expect that. I forgot about that. Yeah. It's almost like NG+. Hey there, what brings you here? I'm looking for some quality ingredients in this area. Don't get me wrong, I'm no chef, but I'm the picky type when it comes to ingredients. You look like you're the same. Here, you can have this recipe. Pasta course. There's gotta be some tasty ingredients around here somewhere. Oda!
Hey!
What are you doing here? There's nothing of value for you to steal around these parts. You're not a thief, I see. My apologies for jumping to conclusions. The truth is, ever since the androids showed up, some people have used the chaos to attack villages themselves. You can't trust anyone anymore. Here, take this and get out of here before you cause any trouble. A bit of drink. Go on, get out of here already. I don't trust anyone, and that includes you. I do have a sword on my back. No outsiders here.
Hey!
Man with a hometown pride. Whoa, haven't seen you around here. What are you doing in these parts? I'm back from town and doing well. This place doesn't have much, but feel free to take a load off.
Hey!
That's what she said. Whoa, haven't seen you around here. What lovely weather.
Good day.
The natural resources we have around here make life so much easier for us. There's not much here, but because of that, we've got nothing but nice fresh air.
Good day.
Yeah.
Oh, it is on this map. Right, Goku's house. That's not good. This game's awesome. This game. Is this on the Switch too? Taking our time here. Just get immersed. You know, the dragon over there.
That might be
Oh,
more
no.
than I can handle.
At level 1? I could do that.
Yeah.
Level 1? No way. They can't be lying to us now. I'm gonna stick to the ground. Windy around here.
That might be more than I can handle.
Oh no.
That might be more than I can handle.
Get away. Got him. Sick. Huda. I wonder if the PS5 controller works on the charging station for the PS4. It should, right? I could just buy a PS5. Upgrade it. I do have another PS4. Try that one out. But make sure this one's broken for sure, though. Seems pretty broken. 38. Level 1.
That might be more than I can handle.
How much XP do you get for fighting level 1? No, they turn level 38. Oh no! Oh, if I
This
turn
should
Super
be the
Saiyan.
place.
Whoops. If I turn Super Saiyan, they're easier. I forgot.
So these are the things that have been giving Chi-Chi and the Ox King some trouble. They look like real pushovers compared to the androids. I'll wipe them out in no time. I don't have time to waste on these stupid things. This is it!
There we go. I think they heard you.
It's over! This is it!
Right.
Take this. All right, which one of you is next? That's all of them.
No, it's not. Ooh. There's like 2 more. Burning attack for the win. Oh, hell no.
Take this. This is it. This is it.
690k orbs. That's very good.
Okay, no more interruptions now. I need to find what Mom's looking for. I should be able to find it around here. Okay, this is what Mom was looking for. Time to head to Chi-Chi's place, then home.
What? What a... Alrighty.
That might be more than I can handle.
Oh, where was that hunting spot again?
Sup?
Hey buddy, you here to hunt? Let me tell you, nothing's better than chomping down on some freshly cooked wild meat.
Sup?
True. True. Got some of these apples and stuff. The peaches. Apportate. Okay, now we have enough orbs to upgrade more. Boom. Too bad you can't still be Gohan as like a ghost or something.
Chi-Chi, Ox King. I was able to find what I was looking for. I also took out those Red Ribbon Army robots.
Good. I'm glad to see you're safe and that you got what you needed.
Me too. Way to go, Trunks. You're becoming quite the capable warrior. Have I told you you're like Vegeta?
It's because of Gohan and his training that I'm as strong as I am now. And it's because of him that I'm even alive.
Well, I'm sure Gohan would be really happy to hear that if he were here.
Oh.
While I am lonely without Goku and Gohan,
Okay.
I've got my dad here to keep me company. And Bulma's got you, doesn't she?
True. At least we all have each other.
Speaking of Bulma, you said she was working on something? Then again, I guess she's always doing that, huh?
Damn.
You got that right. Actually, this time, she's working on a time machine. That's why she needed what I came here to get.
Did you say time machine?
A DeLorean.
Wow, that's one heck of a thing to create. I'm pretty sure Bulma might be a genius or something.
She's going to have me use the time machine to go to the
Duh.
past. That way, I can give Goku some medication to keep him from dying. With Goku alive, we should be able to find a way to stop the androids. Well, that's the plan at least.
Wait, so does that mean Goku and Gohan will come back to life?
They never showed Chi-Chi in the future. They never say if she dies or anything.
Probably not. I don't think changing anything in the past will affect us here. It's really unfortunate.
Oh, I see.
I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to get your hopes up.
Oh no, it's okay. If you can save Goku in the past, please do so. At least past me won't be so depressed.
Just go
I'd
to
be a little jealous of her though.
New Namek.
Yeah, I'm with Chi-Chi on that one.
I understand. I wish there was something I could do.
You're sweet,
I'll
Trunks.
go to New Namek.
You don't need to worry about us.
Go to New Namek.
Make sure you keep taking care of Bulma, okay?
Be careful on your way back.
Don't die
You're
like
welcome.
Gohan did.
Anytime. Oh, and tell Bulma I said hi.
Okay, thanks
I
you
won't.
two. I'm off then.
I guess they don't have phones.
With that taken care of, it's time to head home.
Is it though?
Chi-Chi suffered enough. I have to do what I can to help.
It probably says some other stuff too when you're in here before Gohan dies. Maybe.
You've grown into a fine young man, haven't ya? You've grown into a fine.
Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself.
Chi-Chi has suffered enough. What a depressing timeline. Okay. Weast City. What? The Valley of what?
I hope we can restore our home to what it used to be. Chi-Chi said not to worry about her. But I can tell she's having a hard time. Rather than going back to the past for some hint that may or may not exist, I'd rather hurry up and save the people of this world.
It's the end of the line for us. That's, what are they doing? Is this world coming to an end?
The time machine should be finished soon. I should probably talk with Mom.
Why struggle? Time to drink. If you can't run away, then I want to spend my last moments on this planet enjoying the fine drinks. Everyone's panicking, but you have to. But you don't have to be everyone. People have lost all sense of reason due to the android threat and lack of food. Things wouldn't be as bleak if we just had food situation taken care of. Now's the time to put my best foot forward. Even if it's a long way off, the day will come when the androids will be no more. That's why I'm giving it my all. Cool outfit. I don't want to die. This is it. Humanity's done for. That's crazy that the people say different things throughout this whole DLC. That's crazy. And there's a lot of people talking. The little details. This big crater here. I like that stuff. That's a lot. definitely missed a bunch of those. It changes what they say after the Gohan dies as well, and the placements of the people. So there's a lot of dialogue.
All right, Mom's waiting.
Mama.
I'm back, Mom. This is what you needed, right?
Yep, that's it. Oh, now I've got what I need to finish the machine. Thanks. So, how are Chi-Chi and her dad doing?
In Dragon Ball Super, she needed like a rock that was under the ground or something. That'd be cool if they implemented that into this side story somehow.
They're fine, but they still seem like they're struggling with Gohan's death. If I can find some time, I should probably try to visit them occasionally.
Right. I'm sure they'd appreciate that.
It would be great to head to the past and help create a world where Gohan and the others are still alive. I sure wish I could at least take the androids out now and bring peace to our world.
Sure, that would certainly help us here, but we don't have what it takes to pull that off right now. That's why we need you to go to the past and save Goku. That'll hopefully change everything we need to help us here. I mean, better than letting the androids continue to toy with you, right? Even if it is another world, there should be a future without the androids somewhere. Come on, you've got to give it a shot.
You're right.
A few days later.
Trunks, I finally did it! Thanks to your help, I was finally able to finish my work on the time machine.
Really?
I should be able to charge up enough energy for a round trip pretty soon. 20 years into the past ought to be possible. This thing takes about 8 months to charge, so I can't really run any tests. I think you'll still be good to make it back here safely, though.
No test
I
run.
would have been able to create a much more reliable machine if my lab hadn't been destroyed.
8 months. They never mentioned that in the show. Interesting. I can accept that. Wait, no. That doesn't make sense. Because he went right back when he killed Frieza. Ah, whatever.
Mom, I think I'm strong enough to beat the androids now. We won't have to risk a trip to the past.
Yeah.
Oh, Trunks, not this again.
I'm serious. I'm confident. I have what it takes now.
We interrupt this program to bring you breaking news on the android threat. The androids have been spotted wreaking havoc in the vicinity of West City.
That's close.
Wait a minute, Trunks. Don't you even think about it.
I'm heading over there. I can't let them keep doing this.
That's really close.
Trunks, stop! Do not go fight them!
Given my training, I should be even stronger now than Gohan was. Today's the day I avenge everyone they murdered. Just you wait, androids!
Amazing. Wait, who's that guy? I saw someone.
Okay, they look pretty weak.
Not you. Whatever.
Hey, 17. I think we killed everyone here. Let's head back.
Good call.
Where do they go?
All right, you monsters. The killing stops today. You're going to pay for what you did to Gohan.
It's the brat again. Still hasn't learned his lesson, huh?
You don't know when to give up. I hate that.
Uh-oh. You know what people
It's been
hate?
3 years since you murdered
dying.
Gohan. I've spent that time getting better so I can kill you. I'm done hiding from you. You two are finished.
Better, huh? Hate to break it to you, but it still won't be enough to stop us.
You're not very bright if you really think you can win now.
Hey, what's the deal? Weren't you gonna kill us?
You may be bigger than you were before, but sorry, Pumpkin. Truth is, you're still just a weak little boy.
Damn.
Oh, I get it. You were just kidding with us when you said you were better.
What do you say?
This is it. It's over. It's over.
You know, we've got infinite energy reserves in our bodies. We can do this all day. Literally.
Damn it.
You sound
told
like
him.
you're out of breath. Getting tired?
Let's see you try to run away from this.
Down you go.
Oh, man. I'm okay. We do have a lot of health, huh? Crap. Oh. Nice.
Goodbye, you.
Ooh. That was nice. Whatever that was. Some sort of... This is different than the usual stuff. I don't know if that's because of the abilities I equipped, or that's because of the DLC. Trunks character. Or has it always been there? Oh! Bakana. Wait. Their health hasn't really gone down at all. What? That can't be right. Can it? Maybe I'm supposed to lose this.
Okay, I'll admit you are a tiny bit better than before.
Yeah, but he's still just a cocky little brat.
Alright, alright. They're pretty tough, huh? Are you supposed to lose this? Oh, that works. The burning attack's really good. Let's just use that.
Try to keep up, okay? Jump on this.
Here it comes.
Man, you're stubborn.
I'm going to keep fighting until I beat you. Down you go.
There's nowhere to hide.
I'm not letting you just in.
Jeez, just like Gohan. Just like Frieza did, he jumped up. Ah.
Get out of here.
I know you were trying to settle the score, but looks like that's not happening.
It will happen. Just you wait. I'm going to stop you two.
After this, you.
Not much longer. Not much longer until I get my revenge.
After this,
Stop acting like you're winning.
he's like, okay, Mom, I'll take the time machine. He's fed up after this battle. He learns humility. He never feels confident until Cell dies.
I'm not letting you go too slow.
Damn.
I can still fight. What?
Try to keep up, okay?
I wonder how long this is. Do they make you like fight in the past a lot in this DLC? Probably not, though. Probably not. Alright, she's down.
We'll make sure you know just how terrifying we are.
Looks like you're still all talk at this point.
Damn. What?
It's over!
Let's see you try to run away from this.
Get out of here! Here it comes! Here it comes!
Can't beat him. Can't beat him head on.
Yeah, what? Now for the finisher! Here it comes! Too slow! Why you?
Shining sword. Darn.
Now for the finisher! Here it comes! What? Too slow!
Crap.
Down you go! Too slow! Too slow! Down you go! Now for the knockback! This is it! Why you?
They keep teleporting.
Too slow!
Because level 40. Now I'm level 40. I should have been level 40 for this battle.
How's that?
Just like Gohan, he thought he
I
won.
did it! I finally did it! What?
I'll give you a little credit. You are actually stronger.
But your attacks are too predictable. You're just gonna tire yourself out, little guy.
No! This can't be happening! What? Where'd they go? Why are you doing this to us?
Well, Dr. Giraud created us to help him take over the world, but honestly, we couldn't care less about that.
We can't stand looking at you people. We just hate you. It's that simple.
That's why you're killing us. You have to be stopped. I'm an idiot. I wasn't strong enough on my own. The androids are far too strong.
He could have died.
Gohan's dead, and I learned nothing from his death. I guess I have to use the time machine to go to the past.
Good thing I had this ultra healing. So the androids could have killed him there. So really, they killed themselves. The androids killed themselves by not killing Trunks there. It could have been over. No, that's the main story. It's over. Well, I guess Bulma would use the time machine anyway.
Though critically wounded, Trunks managed to survive, and in 5 days' time, he awakened. His fight made him acutely aware of his shortcomings, so he decided to take Bulma's advice and travel to the past.
All set.
Remember,
Twitch.tv.
you absolutely have to give Goku his heart medication.
I forgot.
Be careful, okay?
Right. You too, Mom.
They should have showed Tapion.
I'm counting on you, Trunks.
Okay. Wish me luck.
Zzz.
And so, Trunks journeyed to the past, dispatching Frieza and his men with ease, and meeting a younger Vegeta and Bulma, as well as their friends. Shortly thereafter, Goku arrived on Earth. Trunks informed him of the events set to take place in 3 years' time, and
why is he
gave
beat?
him
Why is
the
he beat
heart
up there?
medication.
He's beat up.
Still hopeful his actions in the past would improve his world, Trunks made his way back to his mother in the future.
Okay, that's how they're gonna do it. That'd be cool if they made you fight Freeze. I mean, not really. I'm back. That was quick.
I'm back, Mom.
Everything's fine.
Welcome home, Trunks. The time machine hold up okay?
Yeah, I was able to meet Goku and give him the medication.
Oh, that's a relief. I wasn't able to run any tests on the machine, so I was worried it might malfunction. Then again, a genius like me doesn't make mistakes. So, did you happen to meet anyone else?
It's true.
I did. I met a younger you and Gohan, as well as Krillin. And Father, too, of course.
Oh, you met a younger me. Well, what did you think? I was a looker, wasn't I? I mean, that hasn't changed, of course.
Yeah. She trusted me right away. I'm guessing it's because she sensed some sort of connection with me.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right. I didn't have much of a choice. So, you said you met Vegeta, huh? He was a real pain. I bet he gave you one heck of a hard time.
They went there.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he was a pain, but he was definitely intimidating. I could tell he had a strong sense of pride.
Yeah, that's him.
He was pretty standoffish, so I didn't get to talk to him much. Which is good, I guess. I couldn't let him find out who I am. But I was glad I finally got to meet him.
Maybe it's for the best you two didn't talk much. Who knows? You might have ended up regretting meeting him. Back then, he was different.
So he really was a difficult person then.
Kind of. But he wasn't always so cold to everyone, you know.
Oh yeah? I'm sure I would have learned that if I'd had more time with him. Anyway, all that's left to do is wait for the androids to show up there and go provide support. I wonder how Goku and the others are going to fight the androids. I hope they can find a way to beat them.
So they have to wait in coordination with that timeline? Or can they just go back? I don't know. I guess so. It's really a universal teleporter, not really a time machine. Because what if they go back 1 minute ago? It's going to be that. I don't think that's how it works. Or whatever.
Okay, I'll start getting the time machine in working order again and charge up some energy for
Oh.
another round trip.
8 months. I guess, yeah, 2 ways. I don't know.
It'll take some time, though. So make sure you're good and ready for the trip.
Right, will do.
Will do. Training grounds
I'll
location.
use the time it takes to charge up the machine, to train myself up for the fight ahead.
I'm not ready. There you go. There you go. I think we might end it there. Yeah, it's good. Take it easy today. People are dying. I'm level 40 now. That's good and all. I still have the old outfit on. Where else can you go here? Southeast Islands area. Southeast Mountains area. West area. Okay. I'm missing a lot of D medals and stuff like that. Poo poo pee pee. Poo poo pee pee. As well. Well, there you go. So they have a lot of levels though in the training area. There's level, what was it, 40, 60, 80. So there might be some more fights left. I'm expecting they're probably gonna play a cutscene when he goes back, and then they're gonna have me fight the androids in the present this time. That's one more fight.
Okay, they look pretty weak.
What level are they? 39? Then I think the last fight will be Cell, first form. I think that's it. 2 fights left, probably. But there's probably some sub-quests there, maybe 1 or 2. So, don't want to rush anything here. Green crystals in there. Let me take a look. Ah, would you look at that? Green crystals. What's over here? Right.
Even this town wasn't safe.
Some extra dialogue there. High quality carrot. It's all over. What do you want? Just leave me alone, would you? I'm tired. Please. Wait, what did it say? Please leave me alone. Will he survive this? Will we? Okay. These drones. I want to try to kill these things. This could go bad. Oh, I got it.
Good. That takes care of that.
Interesting.
I need to watch out for drones. Good. That takes care of that.
Who wants to have a little?
Good. That takes care of that.
This is weird.
It's over. I made it.
Very angsty. You can destroy this one. Drone parts. It's one of those parts that researchers collecting. I should go give it to him.
It's over. I made it.
Awesome. Drone parts. It's a mini game. Can I get in there without detecting? Give it to him. That's... yeah. Oh god. Oh god, oh man. The bad ending.
It's over. I made it.
Stay away.
I don't think I'm gonna make it. Good. That takes care of that.
Mama!
It's over. I made it.
Does the bar go down? Bruh.
Good. That takes care of that. It's over. I made it.
You're dead. These things are tough.
The other drones have stopped too. It's over. I made it.
There were drones. Where is that drone guy? How do I remember? How am I supposed to remember where that drone guy is? The trees are safe. That was close. Well, he says something different actually when they die. What are you doing out here? I thought I was done for. You're a real lifesaver. I don't know if you need this or not, but please take it. Horned turban, clam, river shrimp. And she vanishes.
That might be more than I can handle.
What? I thought, okay, I thought it was weak. Oh! Wow, this guy looks fabulous again.
They look pretty weak.
Who's weak? Alright, they're weak. Watch out, guy.
Oh no! Too slow!
$41. Pretty easy to level. Well, I finished my break. Time to get back up there. That's cool. Makes it feel like the world's alive a little with all the different dialogue. It's not always the same.
Okay, they look pretty weak. That might be more than I can handle.
No cars on the road. No cars on the road.
Okay, they look pretty weak. That might be more than I can handle.
They look pretty weak. More than I can handle. pretty weak. Hey guys.
That might be more than I can handle.
What should I do?
Hey!
I'm a cook, you see. I take great pride in my ability to select the finest ingredients. I've been looking for some rock salt, but all I seem to dig up are gemstones. And now, I'm not sure if I should continue cooking or sell the gemstones and retire.
Hey!
I'm a cook, you see. Okay. That was random. Well, good luck with that. You're dead. Alright. We're done. What? No Dragon Balls? Speaking of balls, I forgot about the Stream Raiders battle. Alright, hold on. All progress will be lost. What? Oh no! Let's go Alt F4. Alright. How about that? What a game, game of the year. So tomorrow we'll do the rest, or we'll continue it. Got some screenshots, gotta go through those. Not too many, didn't want to take too many screenshots. Alright. Thanks so much, guys, for watching, though.